Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
We're seeing why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
Circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
All right, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast, and certainly we are excited today for another episode, man. We're back and we're better than ever, and definitely want to get into some Buffalo Bills conversation. Of course, I'm yours truly, Preach, and we have Matty Ice, Rad. How y'all doing today, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Happy to be back. Preseason week 1 is in the books. We're ready to roll, man.
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. We got got a month, got a few months, a month and a half left of good weather. So I'm happy about that. But, season is here. So let's go.
Absolutely. And we finally have something better than training camp reports. We got game film, y'all. We got game film. Definitely was watching the all 22. Y'all know me. But Bills, we're 1-0 in the preseason. Beat the Carolina Panthers 29-14. I don't know. It wasn't really even that close, to be completely honest. But I can say Josh Allen played. DJ Moore played. Keon Coleman played. We're going to talk about him.
Everybody you wanted to see.
Yeah, everybody played. Everybody that we wanted to see was in effect. The defense, quote unquote, got after the quarterback. Definitely going to talk about that. And I think most importantly, Buffalo Bills have officially won their first game inside New Highmark Stadium. I guess, that's important. But I think there's definitely a lot of things to talk about. But before we get into that, I do need to do a little bit of housekeeping. Like, share, rate, and review. Subscribe. Do all those amazing things. We definitely want you to go to Overdue Bills Podcast on our YouTube page. We want you to go to our YouTube page at Overdue Bills. We need you to subscribe. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers on the road there. We're getting close, and we're trying to get to that number, so we need you to go there now. But also on all of our platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're on TikTok. We definitely want you to go to TikTok and go there and subscribe. They definitely help us out with the algorithm, and they also help us out. We got a lot of big things on the horizon. Definitely got a lot of big things on the horizon, and we need you to be a part of that. So what we want to do now is to shout out Buffalo fan base. We definitely want to shout out Buffalo fan base. We appreciate them. And Matt, if you can be so kind in letting people know our presenting sponsor for this show today.
Yeah, man. This show and every other show is brought to you by the good folks over at AOG Cigar Lounge. AOG Cigar Lounge is located at 34 Delaware Avenue in Buffalo, New York. It is the premier cigar lounge in Western New York. Stop in, great vibes, great selection of cigars, great selections of drinks to pair with it. You can stop in for a game, catch up on some work, catch up with some friends. Man, it's just an all-around great spot to be. Football season is back, baseball's in full swing. Stop in today, check out their awesome lounge. It's a vibe, man. Go check those guys out for sure.
Show them the cup, man. Show them the cup.
Yeah, so if I got my my AOG mug right now. It's a little late for coffee for me, so I'm not going to tell you what's in my cup, but that's all right. Change over. Shout out to the guys over at AOG, always hooking it up.
Facts.
Appreciate you, Joey. Definitely appreciate you for subscribing. Definitely appreciate AOG
Absolutely.
Cigar Lounge to go tap in with them. And I do want to start this show today, and I'm going to start it somewhat light because we do want to talk about the game. But I want to ask you guys this question, Matt, Rad, and everybody out there in the comments. What's one thing that made you feel better about the Bills after the first preseason game? Right? Let's just start with love. Let's start off with something positive. What's one thing that made you feel better after the preseason game?
For me, Deion Walker, the defensive line, that I walked away with a very good feeling with that crew. So that was a. I'm excited to see that.
Okay. So you said Deion Walker was one.
Deion Walker, yeah, the defensive line, but Deion Walker was a spectacle on that defensive line for me.
I would say, for me personally, the DJ Moore, Josh Allen connection, I would say that was promising for me. You know what I mean? Josh Allen looked for him early and often. Josh Allen kind of hyper targeted him, and that was a plus for me. Right. So I didn't really need to see Josh Allen throw 25 passes. Obviously, you know that. Didn't need to see him, do so many things. I had some concerns, and I have some concerns, but as it relates to the offense, like DJ Moore is a number one wide receiver, bar none, right? I think he can have that role. He looks the part, he feels the part. He kind of puts everybody else in their position as it relates to our pass catchers. So yeah, for me. So Rad, how do you feel?
What was the question again?
What's one thing that made you feel better after watching the preseason game?
So when I was watching it, I would say I like just the atmosphere of seeing Joe Brady and Jim Leonard down on the field. I know that might be, corny, I know, but something about that was like, okay, it's just a different energy, right? They both on the field. They can talk to the guys. They end on it. I like my play callers on the field. I mean, that's like a little bias. I saw that made me feel better, especially because, the elephant in the room, especially for me, somebody who wanted Joe Brady to be the head coach, that wanted Joe Brady to get this position. The elephant in the room is like, all right, what if he's terrible, right? What if it's all go downhill? We missed the playoff, right? That's the elephant in the room. Like, it's just, what if, us firing McDermott was the wrong decision, So yeah. Him looking like a head coach on the sideline, him looking the part, seeing Jim Leonard down there as well, that made me feel better about the team and about this season.
Absolutely.
I mean, right. And I think that for me, there's a lot of things, obviously, that we're going to talk about. We're going to get into the game even right now. Shout out to Joey. He said DJ Moore and TJ Parker. He said Deion Walker had a hell of a game, and I think that we're going to talk about that. But what I do want to get to, I do want to stay on the offensive side, right? Let's stay on the offensive side. I don't know if you want to highlight any plays for me. Obviously, I talked about DJ Moore, but really what I want to highlight is the touchdown play. And I'm going to start. I want to highlight the touchdown play. And the reason why I want to highlight it is because I personally have an issue with our offensive line, right? And I think it needs to be talked about. Granted, it was the first preseason game. And obviously we have Josh Allen. He's able to evade a lot of pressure. But I think, like, for me, the offensive line was lackluster at best. Deion Dawkins seemed slow. Really didn't move well. I didn't like that. And to be completely honest, Carolina doesn't have like a terrible defense. They have a formidable defensive line. They spent some money on it. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's something that we need to look at, because obviously we were talking about one missing piece out of our offensive line. Who's going to fill that role? Obviously, we paid Osiris Torrance. He got paid. Spencer Brown got paid. He whiffed on a block. That was awful. Terrible. Could have got Josh Allen hurt. That's unacceptable after giving him his money. So, I mean, I just think that it's definitely something to look at. I'm not sure if it's a Joe Brady thing as it relates to him being the head coach and the offensive coordinator as he was, and him not being able to pay attention to detail. But I don't know. I'm asking you guys. I'm throwing it to y'all. Did y'all feel like the offensive line was lackluster, or maybe is it just a mere bag of shells first preseason game and it doesn't mean a thing?
I definitely am going to piggyback on that. I mean, the offensive line, they scared me. It is the first preseason game. It's the first year post Aaron Kromer. Shout out to him, our offensive line coach, highly touted offensive line coach, was with the Rams during their Super Bowl run. And then, he was with us the year we led the league in rushing the first time. And then he came back and we had James Cook, who led the league in rushing last year. So definitely, that's a unit. Obviously, it's the same unit, but that coaching could play a role in that as well. But man, that scared me a lot because that's how we looked against Carolina. We got a juggernaut in Houston coming in a month, and it's going to be ugly if that's the way that they're going to start out the year.
Yeah, I got a concern. If I got a 1 through 10 concern, I would say 3.5, 4. Right, right, because Spencer Brown did get cooked by Phillips. Right, we saw it. He got cut. It was a good move. Right now he was. Now I think everybody going into it. I think the Bills gonna be better. I think we got one of the better O lines. Well, we got one of the better, definitely running the ball. Right, rushing O lines. Run blocking O lines in the league, pass blocking. Last year was little cracks in it, right? Especially that Houston game, like Matt said, we got Houston week 1. I think I emphasized that all offseason that we got to be ready to roll week 1 because Houston, probably the best defense, definitely the best D line in football. Like Pre said, Carolina is a formidable defense, but we should be able to handle them, and we did. I'm saying now. We don't like seeing Josh get hit definitely during the preseason, so we got to clean that up for sure. But it was week 1 of the preseason. I'm happy that we chose to have a full address on week 1, so we understand the things we need to get right. We got a few 3-4 weeks before we have to play that first game, so I'm positive that we're going to turn around. But it's like a 3.5, 4 as far as me being worried.
I will say this. I appreciate that, right? I don't want to engage in hyperbole. I don't want to kind of jump the gun, but like for me, as it relates to the offensive line, it's like this is a unit that should be, hitting on all cylinders, and they've gotten paid. Like that doesn't need to be lost. Like we've actually invested in our offensive line. Spencer Brown got paid. Osiris got paid. Deion Dawkins has gotten paid.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to do? Yeah, it's like
he didn't play, but yeah.
But still, I mean, we have delved out money, so it's like we got to figure something out here. Like that should be the thing that when I come into a game, preseason or not, tip top be shape. I want to see it. I want to see what my investment looks like because I'm looking at Josh. I know what that investment looks like. He's going to figure it out with or without you. When we look out, we saw our receiver, DJ Moore. We saw what that investment looks like. And we really didn't even give up that much for him, but he looks like the part.
I would say this, one of those sacks or one of those hurries, it was Josh. Josh wanted more. Especially in the red zone.
Josh for anything.
Man. Oh, one of those. Yes, it was. Yes, DJ Moore was open, or Keon. Somebody was open. He wanted.
They said DJ Moore was open. Yes, he could have passed the ball.
Yes, and he didn't pass the ball.
But Josh Allen,
and we know. Yeah, we know Josh does that. We know he does that.
I'm paying you money to do that. I'm paying you extra to figure that out.
Okay, so with that,
if you want some chunk, then don't do it.
Holding the ball too long. Okay, and I'm happy that happened, so Josh can know. All right. The offense is good enough that you can be Superman. We need to be Superman. But DJ Moore, people were wide open. People were wide open. Like, Brandon, not Brandon B. Joe Brady is scheming them up. Yeah. They were running wide open, bro. Trust the offense, Josh. If Josh give a little more trust, Joe Brady gonna give him a whole his rope is, come on, it's Josh Allen. But he just trusts the progression. People was running wide open. And I think some of that was Josh, but the O-line do need to clean it up.
All right. I do want to do this, Matt. And as it relates to the offense, I don't know if does anybody have any other takes on the offense? And let me ask you this, as it relates to stock up or stock down, do you have any? Let's just get the offense out the way, because I don't think that's the biggest thing that we really want to kind of delve into. The offensive line was bad. But moving forward, do you feel like you've seen anybody, their stock was up or down? Yes, the offensive line was terrible. But Matt, on our offensive side, just offense.
Obviously Coleman scored a touchdown. We spoke about it. I was saying he damn near might be a casualty of camp this year, but it's not looking that way. It's looking like I jumped the gun early, and he's going to be not only playing but probably starting out there this year. But Coleman's stock is up.
Rat, do you have any stock up, stock down?
I mean, for me, obviously, for me, it's DJ Moore. It's way up. You know, I think, I mean, the offense is going to be great, and he's another piece of that. So yeah, I'm thinking like, we said off season, 1,200 yards, maybe 8 to 10 touchdowns, right? I think DJ Moore is going to have a great year. I think Josh will look for him early and often. He's going to be the guy, the separator, he's the man beater. So yeah, DJ Moore, great. I mean, like a home run trade. I think if he stay healthy, which he should, he's been staying healthy the last 3 seasons. He's going to be a great addition. And shout out to Brandon Bean for pulling that trade, that second, and getting him. It was, I think, for right now, it might be a steal.
Yep.
For me, stock down, Dalton Kincaid. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly would have thought that. I'm be honest. If he was a part of the offense in a major way, he should have been a focal point. I thought that the first place should have been to Dalton Kincaid. If Brady feels that Dalton Kincaid is a major part of the offense, I get DJ Moore. Obviously, he's here, but I think that I don't know. I'm upset because I think it's just a wasted pick, and we have to look at Brandon Bean. In his drafting, it just is bad.
Oh
you know what I'm saying? Listen, you can say whatever you want to say, but if Dalton Kincaid doesn't pop, I'm just being honest. If Dalton Kincaid doesn't pop, Brandon Bean he's still in a hot seat for me. I'm just
Dalton Kincaid gonna have a good year. I think DJ Moore helps him.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I was gonna say it's way too early for that.
Yeah, he helps him a lot.
It's way too early, but he's not involved.
Because I know Matt said something about Keon Coleman. He scored a touchdown, but Keon Coleman is out there. I mean, shout out to him, but he's out there to block. I think he's the which is going to pull him over being the starter is because he's probably more physical, going to be better in the run game than Josh Palmer, right? But I think the 2 pass catchers in our offense, or the 3, I think is going to be obviously DJ Moore, Shakir, and I think Dalton Kincaid is going to be 3. Shakir, Keon Coleman is not going to be catching 7-8 balls a game. I don't think he might catch exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. He's going to a breakdown play. He might be in the end zone, but he's out there because he's physical. He can block. So I think Dalton Kincaid going to catch a lot of balls this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, with Brandon Bean again. Dalton Kincaid remains to be seen. So drafting is an issue, and also free agency. I think
drafting is an issue.
I'm just being honest. Palmer is probably one of the worst wide receivers I've ever seen in my life. I wasn't here last show, and I apologize, but when I was at the blue and red game, it was the worst showing of a wide receiver I've ever seen. Like it was bad. He dropped passes, didn't run the route crisp. It's just a bad outing, and it really just showed me that. Palmer has much to be desired, like much to be desired, but we can move on. I do want to go to the defensive side because something that really happened that I foreshadowed, right? And I tend to do that a lot on this show. I foreshadowed. I'm plugged in still. Shout out to everybody involved. But shout out to Joey. Joey talked about TJ Parker, right? And I said that TJ Parker he would have more sacks than Groot this year. And I want to make a public service announcement to all of our fans out there. Gregory Rousseau will no longer be called Groot on this podcast until he plays like it. He's not Groot anymore. I'm going to say it again. Gregory Rousseau is not Groot anymore. He will no longer be called that on this podcast. His name is Greg. His mama named him Greg. I'm going to call him Greg. That's just the fact. He's playing like a Greg. He's not playing like a Groot. And I think if we talk about stock up, stock down, as it relates to our defense, I'm just being honest, Gregory Rousseau's stock is even worse. Like, it's crazy because y'all know his stock with me has been in the tank. It's even worse. Every time he gets stood up. Like, it's just like, I don't understand. They said that they were going to have him stand up in a stand-up stance. He's not going to be on the 3-point stance. They said that that's going to change something. Didn't change anything. Like, I just don't understand it. It's almost like he thinks he's got this brute force. He can just run through people. Like, where's the finesse at? You're not that strong to just run through somebody. I don't understand it. He's like, It's like, dude, it's like insanity. He's doing the same move over and over again and think it's gonna work out. It never works out. I don't know if anybody's telling him it never works out. Gregory Rousseau's stock is down, and I stand by it. TJ Parker will have more sacks than him. That is a fact. And not to mention, I said this. Gregory Rousseau is on cut watch. He is on release watch. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I have my own sources. You don't have to believe them. He is on cut watch. Now, Matt, as it relates to stock up, stock down to our defense, do you have anybody? Were you impressed with our defense?
Yeah, man. I mean, I was impressed with our defense. Stock is up on the D line for me. A lot of depth. Excuse me, a lot of depth there. I mean, like you said, TJ Parker. We got Greg Rousseau. I'll follow that. I'm not going to call him Groot. Greg Rousseau, TJ Parker, Bradley Chubb. Deion Walker looked really good out there. We got Ed Oliver. We have a lot of guys on that defensive line. Michael Hoyt. It's going to be scary, that defensive line, man. And I'm really excited to see it for sure. And then also, speaking of depth, you got the young guys. Obviously, I know Joey talked about him last week in the comments. You got Connie Walker. He had watching film, man. Watching film, he was back there. He read the play and got his first pick. Then Jalen Kilgore, man, looked pretty good out there as well. So I'm excited to see this defense to share. Jim Leonard, I think he's going to have them buzzing. So stock is up on the D line and the defense. Young guys in the defense for me.
Rat, were you impressed with Cole Bishop? Were you impressed with our, just overall our defensive backs as a whole, and even how the entire defense was kind of moving about? You know what I mean? Pep in its step. It seems like it did have a direction. You know what I mean? How did you feel about the defense?
Yeah, if I want to go a specific player, I'm gonna go Walker here because we were in talks, or we were one of the teams named that were looking at Vita Vea, right? And I would love Vita Vea, right? But if Walker's playing like that, I'm not saying not, but if he's gonna be dominant, right, where you don't need to maybe, because I'm assuming they would want him in at first or something like that. So if he can play on that level, play a level where he can be an all-pro guy, where he can be that dominant, that really stop the run on that level. I mean, Walker, his stock is way up in me because it shows back to, you said Brandon being drafted, but if Walker hits, becomes what his upside is, that's a slam dunk pick for Brandon Bean there. But for me overall,
Sean McDermott pick, but yeah, you can talk.
Oh, now it's a Sean McDermott pick.
Yeah, we all know that this is just another Bean gem late in the draft, man.
Of course, but no, yeah, you finished, Matt. My bad.
No, you're good.
Oh, but stock up for me, Jim Leonard, all the way up. Jim Leonard stock is all the way up. The defense is going to be great. I think we're going to be we're going to attack the quarterback. We're going to have a lot of sacks. And hopefully, he might be good, and he might be good where this might be a 1 year, right? We might be on 1 year Jim Leonard watch, right? He might be going after this. I think the defense is going to look great. I think a lot of people came in here saying, because how our defense looked last year and how we couldn't stop the run. I think this scheme that Jim Leonard coming with and match our players, right? We like everybody talk. We got depth. I don't care who out there. Like how everybody who played looked like I think this defense is just exciting and they want to play it, right? It's an exciting defense. It's not right. It's not like Jim Leonard said. He said it's not a counterpunch defense. I don't know if it was a jab at McDermott, but he said it's not a counterpunch defense. We're not sitting there waiting to see what the offense is going to do and seeing how to, he said, no, we're attacking defense. They're going to have to adjust to us, period. And if he bringing that type of energy, this defense might be top 5. And he might be gone after this year. So stock up for Jim Leonard. I think he's doing a great job. Just, even the backups, like you said, Parker looked like a dog. Like all these guys look great. So Jim Leonard stock up. This might be a 1 year DC. He might be out of here. We'll see.
Yeah, it remains to be seen. So I would say shout out to the defense. And I guess we're going to talk about, we're playing a terrible opponent next, but but even with that being said, I do want to get into this. I mean, shout out to the preseason game, 29-14. Listen, whether we have lost by 30, I appreciate the fact that we won it handily. it wouldn't have made me any difference. It's not necessarily where I go high or low on it. And I do want to get to the Keon Coleman comments.
Okay, come on, Sean.
Keon Coleman, he is in a boot.
Oh.
So we'll see, how that progresses for him. But shout out to Sean. I would say Keon Coleman should never get 5 to 6 passes in any way, shape, or form in his life. He's just not that type of wide receiver. As I was at the blue and red game, I was at a couple practices, training camp, and he just he doesn't know how to get open. It's mental. It's actually mental with him.
But that was never his. That's the issue. He was never that in college.
What I'm saying is, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Play, I guess.
He's just not good enough to do that, though. To overpower people, he's not even that good because he's not. He doesn't know how to do that right, and that's the problem. Like, so it's like
I think his ceiling is Gabe Davis.
Yes.
If he become Gabe Davis, then I'm good.
Maybe.
But he might not. I mean, because
Maybe.
Gabe couldn't get. Gabe was getting open though. Gabe got open. I get it.
Gabe. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, shout out to him. I'm over him, but I will say this: shout out to Keon Coleman because I do like how he ingratiates himself in Western New York culture. He was at the fair, took pictures with everybody, just there, solo dolo, and I do like that about him. I appreciate that being out in the community. Shout outs to him. So I do want to jump to this, right? Preseason, we're gonna talk about the Cleveland game, air quotes. I wasn't here last show, and much was even more said this week about the stadium, right? It's really been running rampant. The story has not lost steam. It's still viral. They're talking about it on all the platforms. I mean, you got people like Kyle Brandt. He's jumping in for whatever reason. The players are saying that the grass is bad. Like multiple players. I'm just saying multiple players have said that the grass is bad. There are people that may be on this podcast that said that the grass is worse than Delaware Park's tee boxes. I don't know if you've ever played golf at Delaware Park. You know what that means. We was just there, shot at 86. You know the vibes. But I do want to say this. Because I wasn't here. I was at the stadium. I know we had an open practice today. Right, there are great parts to the stadium. Right, to be clear, there are some nice things. I was sitting in the club seats. Nice area. I do like it. It has somewhat of a luxury feel. But I have to say this. And when we look at the landscape of what's going on, there are teams selling for $2-3 billion. Right? $2-3 billion. The Bills, if you did it, probably. I mean, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm lowballing it. I'm lowballing.
Yeah, you lowballing.
If you have a valuation on the Buffalo Bills today, it's probably $3 or $4 billion team to buy right now.
Yeah, 100. You're right.
Probably, and I'm lowballing it. And so I said that to say, and I've been saying it. I've been calling for Terry Pegula to sell the team for a very long time, and I think that he needs to sell the team. I think that what he did in this effort in building the stadium was lackluster at best. It was apropos. Blue and red game, had a rainstorm. Majority of the fans literally ran. They literally had to run for dear life. And
for dear life because of rain.
Honestly,
so November gonna be.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sitting next to my cousin, and I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like, yo, where everybody? Like, why is everybody running? Like, is it like a problem happening in the stadium? I look up and it's like, oh my god, it's raining. Now, granted, we didn't get touched by the rain, so there. And actually, the higher you go, generally, the better you are. Shocker. Last shall be first shall be last. But I'm saying that what he did, Terry Pegula, and subsequently for the other things that he's done, right? When you look at a Sabres team, even though the Sabres did very well, comparatively speaking, when you look at those things, and even watch this, he fired Delaware North. He went with Rivals or whatever they're called. But Jerry Jones, his food company, they're doing all the concessions. Lackluster. Bad. Some food is not even like, I don't even know if you can eat it. I'm not sure. Is this just decorative? Am I allowed to eat this? Because it looks awful. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you combine all of those things, you got players saying that the grass is terrible. And then he's saying that he did everything for the players. Like, what are you talking about? What are you really talking about? I'm just saying, Terry Pegula, what are you talking about?
What you want him to
You
say?
need to. I want him to sell the team. I actually really want. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna pass it.
Big T. It was almost Big T. He almost bought it.
We saw this out there. Nielsen had a report. The Buffalo Bills have the #1 most avid fans. Nielsen came out with the report, right?
Yeah, it's no surprise.
Exactly. It's been talk. He's been dangling. Oh, I want to move the stadium to Toronto. He's actually said that to us. The Bills Mafia has been here and has been with him every step of the way. Team has been god awful. We literally had awful quarterbacks. Matt, what do you have to say about that? You're a season ticket holder.
You know what? As a season ticket holder, I thought they did well. I thought the stadium did well. I did make the comment that the grass was terrible, but also, as a person that has common sense, it's like they're absolutely going to have the grass ready for week 1. They're going to do whatever they got to do. They're going to spend whatever money they have to spend. This is, there's nothing new in the science of grass, right? So that's going to be ready to go, but it didn't look great, and the players obviously voiced their opinion that they're going to fix it. As far as the obstructed views and things like that, I just have to say, like, we all, majority of seats are season ticket holders, right? We all went to that experience. We all saw 99% of what our view, what our seat, everything was going to be. We saw all of it. So
I'm yelling cap on that.
If you went into that and you can.
I'll return that. You can go. I'm sorry.
Yep. So we saw what we were going to get, and it's pretty much an exact rendering of what we're going to get. My only complaint is just the seats themselves. They're a little more flimsy than I thought they were going to be, because I think some of the ones in the experience, they were a little bit different, but other than that, that's just me. That's me nitpicking. That's me nitpicking. That's all it is. At the end of the day, man, I think they did a great job with the stadium. It's going to be a lot of things that fans had a problem with. Getting into the game it took too long. I think they're going to eliminate that. I think the concourses are going to be wide open. I think the reason why it's open and people are going to get rained on is, and you have now an opportunity to go up to the top of the stands and stand at the concourse if you want to.
I'll give them that.
I mean? At the end of the day, it's wide open. That's why they built that. That's modern stadiums. That's why they do that. You go to any MLB stadium, the same thing happens. So I have no argument with that, because again, you saw the exact rendering of what you were getting. Above, behind, the down to the bathroom or the what kiosk was going to be behind you, what food or drinks were going to be behind you. All that was laid out in your meeting. So the people going in and being shocked when they go there, I'm just a little surprised with that.
I would say this, even the exact renderings was a joke. I know my cousin, he has season tickets, he has club seats, and they jarred him. He has good seats, but there's a lower section, and the man jarred him. I mean, the lower section is 10 times better, and it just didn't do it justice. But cool. Shout out to everybody involved. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you go to stadiums and it's like, okay, this is not good. That's not good. I think the stadium could be better. I think for the amount of money that you're spending on it, it should have been better. But whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's built. We're not going to build another one. So, I mean, it's just something to move on. All right. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Appreciate you. I do want to play this game. I have a little game for Matt, Brad, everybody in the comments. Got a little game for you. And we're going to read to you, because I see everybody writing certain things in the topics and in the comments. So I do want to kind of hit that with this game. This segment is called Bill Leave It, or Bull. Bill Leave It, or Bull. All right. So either you're going to believe it or you're going to call Bull. All right. Y'all understand the concept. All right. And I'm going to start off with the light one. Everybody in the comments, you can answer this. Bill Leave It or Bull. Bill Leave It or Bull. DJ Moore finishes with 1,200 plus yards. Matt, Bill Leave It or Bull?
You know what? I believe it. We got an extra game. I think he's going to have 100 yards a game. I think pretty easy, or close to it.
Okay.
What was the number?
1,200 yards. DJ Moore finishes with 1,200 yards plus. Bill Leave It or Bull?
Yeah, I'll take the over on that. I think DJ Moore. We saw this is. I think this is pretty much this is Diggs when Diggs left off, right? This is he's picking up where Diggs left off. So yeah, I'll take that all day.
TJ Parker records at least 7 sacks this season. Bill, leave it or bull? Matt.
Ooh, 7, huh? I'm gonna say, damn, that's a tough one. The rotation might have a little say in that. I'm gonna say bull. We can clip this and go back to it at the end of the year. I'm gonna say bull. I'm gonna say he's gonna be in the rotation, but I do think Greg and Brad, they're gonna take a lot of his reps.
For me, y'all know Bill, leave it. I think that I think that Gregory Rousseau is gonna get released before the start of the season.
He the starter.
I'm just being honest. I think he's going to get released before the start of the season. I think TJ Parker's going to take over. I think he's going to have at least 8 sacks. Gregory Rousseau, I think his top sack count is like 7.5. If I'm not mistaken, he's penciled in for that. I mean, if Gregory Rousseau can get 7.5, I'm sure TJ Parker can get more than that. Right.
I'm gonna lean towards believe it. I think last year. We don't have the same player saying, but last year Denver Broncos had 68 sacks. They had 2 people with over 17. They had a few people with over 7. So I think it's going to be a lot of people have 7, 8, 9, 10. Some people have 10, 12. I don't know how it's going to add up, but I think Parker is going to be somebody that has at least I think 7 is a good number for him.
Okay. Tyler Bass will have.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, Tyler Bass. I like that. No. I brought that up because there are people who are not talking about Tyler Bass was 8 for 8.
That's
in the Red and Blue game.
I forgot about that.
So Rad, Tyler Bass. I'm just getting. Do you believe it or bull? Is he like which one on him?
Well, I remember last year. Last year I was at the kids game. I went to the kids game. The first like we did this year. It's very similar. Middle of the third quarter. This one was different because there was nobody kind of was watching. It was kind of like people deciding if they want to leave or not. It was just no pressure. Nobody was there, and it was just like he just shanked a 30-yarder. It was like, what is going like? And I just happened to like, what is he okay? And then the injury. Now he back and he did it again. Like, bro, like I'm not with it. Like I'm not with it. I'm not with a kicker. And he already missed one in the playoff game. Like I'm not with it, bro. Like. I cut him. Like Shanahan, like if you go to the Shanahan or McVay way, they cut. Like we don't do the kicker thing. If you ain't kicking, you gone, bro. We ain't about to. We gonna figure it out. No, we not figuring nothing out. I got a short leash with kickers. If he ain't good, if he miss another, I want him cut already. But if we can't find nothing better. Okay, but I want him gone. Like I want somebody else that's make this move. He already came and got his number. Bully. No, he we're number 16 now. Like get him out of here, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's with the way that kickers are going in this league, there is a short leash. You want to have confidence.
40-yarder got to be money.
Yeah, it's got to be money. Got to be with the Brandon Aubreys of the league where they're 60 is money for them. 45's got to be money.
Yeah, kick it.
Sure.
It's too valuable now, man.
Comment with Shavers to cut him. We don't have to. He's not counted against our roster spot. He's starting off on the IR, so we don't have to cut him yet. But it is what it is.
Okay, Rad talked about Jim Leonard. Believe it, Bill, leave it or bull. Bills have a top 5 defense this year.
Believe it. I'm all in there. I think I think we coming out fast. I think we're gonna sack the quarterback a lot. I think our offense is gonna score a lot, so it's gonna put our defense in the best situation to sack the quarterback. So I think our defense is gonna be great. I said coming into this year, I said, our defense is underrated. We're gonna be a top 5 unit. Like Jim Leonard gonna have these boys rolling. So defense is gonna be great. Believe it. Bill, leave it.
Yep.
Matt, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Okay. All right. And I want to ask this question because I know we had some couple questions as it relates to Coach Jim Brady, Coach of the Year. Bill, leave it or bull? Joe Brady, Coach of the Year. Believe it or bull? I don't know where I got Jim from.
Jim Leonard. I gotta go Bull here. It's tough, right? Any credit is probably gonna go to Josh, I would think. Yeah, I just a lot of those postseason awards is kind of like narrative based, and I don't think he got a narrative quite unless they go undefeated. If they do something crazy, 16-1, all right. But if it's 13-4, 12-5, but he got to do something where like the Bills is the best team for him to get it.
Zach, I apologize. I won't do it again. But no, the reason why, and I'm gonna say this, I'll believe it. I'm gonna believe it. I think Joe Brady does win Coach of the Year. I think he does have a narrative. We just fired Sean McDermott. Rat said that Sean McDermott's one of the best coaches in the league. He always used to say that. And Sean McDermott had much success here, but I think that we're gonna win 13, 14 games this year. And Josh Allen's gonna play well. I think Joe Brady's gonna do a great job. And I think that when it's all said and done, and we're going to be at top of the AFC, and then you're going to look up and it's like, oh my goodness, wow, Joe Brady did a great job. Right. And granted, he has a great team. So yes, it is expected for him to do. But I personally think that he's going to get the nod unless, somebody comes out the woodwork and does something like very, 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 who knows? If one of the Hardballs win 12 games, I'm sure it's a wrap.
Yo, Joey going crazy. Yo, Joey.
I know. Yeah. Shout out. Yo.
I can't put that up, Joey. I can't put that up.
Joey. Yeah. Joey,
that's a preach. He's pre-spirit animal. That's how preach feel.
Listen, shout out to Joey. But Matt, do you think that Joe Brady is going to win Coach of the Year?
I think if he comes in and is really successful, I do think that yes, Josh is going to get a lot of the credit, but I think just how any team like this, the Stefanskis, all those guys, I think Joe Brady is going to, if Josh succeeds and the team succeeds, I don't see why not. So I'm going to believe it.
I think Josh get an MVP before he get Coach of the Year, personally.
That's fair. I think they can double up and clean up if we
I'll take it. 16-0, 17-0. I'll take it 17-0.
But I mean, if we're the number one seed in the AFC, we got Josh as the MVP, and things look like we're in the driver's seat. I think definitely he'll get a lot of votes.
He gets some votes, yeah.
Deion Walker, Pro Bowler, believe it or bull? Bull. I'm calling bull. Shout out to you, Zach, but I'm calling bull. And the reason I'm calling bull, not to say that he's not going to have a good season. I think that, like I said, TJ Parker he's gonna be the standout. I'm not saying that Walker is not gonna be the standout, but I think TJ Parker's he's just gonna overshadow him in what he's doing. I think he's gonna have about 8 sacks this year, probably maybe even more. A few tackles for loss. He's gonna show up in very big moments. I'm hearing, as I stated it earlier, his name is not Groot, it's Gregory Rousseau from now on. Gregory Rousseau, I'm hearing that he's on a chopping block. He actually may not be on the team come week 1. That's what my sources are telling me. But, it remains to be seen. But as it relates to Walker, Matt, do you believe it or bull?
I believe it, man. I think the opposite. I think he's going to be the reason why our defensive ends succeed. I think him and Ed Oliver are going to draw so much attention. They're going to be the Chris Jones presence. I'm not saying they're Chris Jones, but I'm saying he's going to be the presence, and they're going to command that attention that gives our ends a lot of one-on-ones that they normally wouldn't get. And I think they're gonna blow up a lot of plays. They're gonna cause a lot of pressure for those guys. I think he's gonna be a Pro Bowler this year 2.
I mean, I hear y'all, and I mean, maybe from our vantage point, we have a good defensive line, and we have a good depth at defensive line, right? From our vantage point. Yep. And great, you can't have enough talent, but if you watch fantasy, I think Najee Harris just went to the Giants. It's like Cam Scatterable was Dunzo. You know what I mean? It's like the writing's on the wall. And my thing is, we were looking at Vita Vea. So I'm like, I don't like where like, how do you reconcile that? Like, where is that coming from?
We should be looking at Vita Vea. We're in win now moment.
Why though? If we have these players,
because now this is interesting coming from you, right? You always, if somebody there that can put you over the top, why not do it? Right?
Absolutely.
So if Vita Vea, we know Vita Vea are pro, right? We know how dominant he is. It was so many years where you just cannot run against Tampa Bay. It's like you can't run against Tampa Bay. Why? Because Vita Vea. Simple, right? Now, if Deion Walker can give us 85% of Vita Vea, I
Then
think
why
it's a
get
Pro
Vita
Bowler,
Vea?
and I think he can do that. All we need is one of those guys to demand a double team. Now, that's not saying it's something easy to do. I think Deion Walker can be the one to do it.
You get 85% of Vita Vea with a rookie contract. That's the win.
I mean, come on, you got to take that every time.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is they went after Vita Vea, though. That my
But you
point
should be
is that
looking
I'm
at
not going to
I
get
think that's a good thing.
This is my point. I'm not going to get a quarterback because I have Josh Allen. I'm not going to get a running back
No,
because I have James Cook. Why am I going to get Vita Vea if
because
I
Vita
have
Vea and Walker
Jr.
theoretically can play at the same time?
Yeah.
So so the issue is Ed Oliver.
Maybe I don't know, but you can upgrade it. Vita Vea is better than Deion Walker and Oliver.
We rotate. We rotate. It's not the issue. So they
know that. And maybe you got to give one of them. Maybe you got to give up one of them for a Vita Vea, but we'll see.
All right. Shout out to Believe It or Bull. I actually like the game. We're gonna bring it back. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Definitely appreciate you all. And the 22nd, August the 22nd, we go to Cleveland. Go to Cleveland, play the Browns. Browns probably one of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life. I really don't care what comes out of it. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't care what comes out of it. Let me just ask you guys. I'm gonna just do a preliminary throw it out to everybody in the comments and to Matt and Rad. What are some things you are looking at in this Cleveland game? One player to watch, something like that.
Tyler Bass. I think you go down and you kick field goals every possession, and you just do a Tyler Bass practice. Let's kick field goals from all over the field in a real pressure game situation, and give them 20 field goals. Who cares? Tyler Bass.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I had a question about, do we need to see the starters? Another preseason game. Do we care to see that? I think I don't necessarily care to see it. I think we're good, we're ready to go. But if we do see the starters again, I mean the O-line, you want the O-line to be better. Like Cleveland, obviously Myles Garrett's not there anymore, but they got Jared Verse, they still got a formal D-line. They got their rookie from last year. So I think just seeing that O-line look a little bit more in tune, a little bit more connected. Josh not to get touched at all. If they play, they might not even play. Like I said, I'm cool if I don't see the starters again, especially on offense. But if I do, the O-line, maybe the O-line just need to play, and if the O-line is just to see a smooth connected O-line for a quarter, a few drives of that, and I'll be good after that.
TJ Parker, I want to see him dominate. Cleveland is terrible, bad team, bad offensive line. I want to see Walker dominate. Like I want to see our defensive line.
Cleveland is not that bad, they're not that bad.
I'm gonna say it again.
Quarterback play.
Like one of the worst offensive lines. And I want to see them. I want to see our defensive line dominate. As simple as that. I will say this. Shout out to everybody in the comments. We definitely appreciate y'all. A lot of things gonna happen right this season. A lot of things happening. Bills is really having negative press. We're not talking about the on the field play. We're talking about the stadium and so many other things. But that remains to be seen. We got our first preseason game under the belt, 29-14. We're moving on to Cleveland. Anybody else have anything to say as it relates to what we've seen?
Josh MVP. I'm calling it. I think Josh was the MVP. I think I'll keep saying, I think the quote unquote handcuffs is off the offense, and I think Josh is going to have probably his best year to date. That's what I got.
Yeah, shout out to you, cuz. Yes, I am using a new camera. Appreciate you saying my camera's terrible. Camera at the family reunion. Appreciate him. And I want to say this again, another public service announcement. I said it earlier for those of you who just came on. Gregory Rousseau, we will no longer call him Groot. His name is Gregory Rousseau. His mother called him Greg. We're going to call him Greg until he plays better. We may give him another nickname, but you are not allowed to get a nickname if you are a bad player. Simple as that.
I'm not mad at that. He got to earn it. We got to re-earn it. I think he's going to re-earn it, though.
Right.
I think he will.
So shout out to everybody out there. Listen, we will be back next week. We really got some things for our fans. Like, we got a lot of things for y'all on the horizon. Shout out to AOG. We appreciate them. But if you catch it, what I'm saying, we got some other people out there that's willing to partner with us. And so, you know what I mean? We're really excited about that. We want to bring some things to y'all. Listen, y'all gonna be happy about these ones.
Good luck.
As
good
you
luck.
are with
I'll take the
AOG.
mic.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to the Yeti.
out to the Yeti.
And Matt, you got anything to say?
Oh man, that's it. Just keep rocking with us. Subscribe. We got some
Subscribe to
big
the
stuff on the
YouTube.
way. We got
Facts.
some definitely we got some possible guests coming through this year, so we'll have some stuff for you guys for sure.
Facts.
Absolutely.
This
Listen,
the year. This
Zach,
our Joshua year. I told y'all this our Joshua year. You know what I'm saying?
let me say this, Zach.
Promised land.
Zach, just because you Matt, brother, you gotta subscribe to the YouTube. No more Facebook. But all right, y'all know how we end every show. We'll live at that. Hey.
Hey. Let's go.
Only Buffalo is gonna win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Now, baby.